So even on the way over here, I'm like, Debby, help me, passion worship. Did they see us making out in the balcony one day? I'm at a loss, help me. You know, I don't think we did because we really don't. So, passion worship. And then I asked Reverend for a couple hits, and she said, drop a couple F-bombs and it'll all be great. You ready? Fire! Yeah.
The hormones.
So, passionate worship. I will tell you this. We've been members for 10 years. Sarah's been here 13, so we missed the first few. But we have been fully involved in the 10 years that we've been apart. And we have experienced passionate worship in the way that we operate in our normal lives. I can't think of a Sunday where we have been in town and not scheduled or out of town or a soccer game or a swim meet where we have just blown off church. But it's common. People will do it, bad weather, this and that, but we make the effort. And we're slums of Wilmette, so we've got to come the full 12 minutes to get over. So it's not exactly walking down Washington and cutting over and get there. So we have been passionate about it, and it's for good reason. We were introduced to the church by a neighbor who happened to be Catholic, who came to this service as her second during the day because Sarah's sermons were so good. Debby and I moved from the city. We were striking out and finding Lutheran churches because Debby was a diehard Lutheran and I did whatever she did. And this woman said, I'm Catholic, but we go to this church because the preacher is so darn good. So we gave it a try. And it started to click. We kept going. It clicked more and more and more, and we joined. And it's been wonderful. And we have been regulars. And Sarah has been great about making those sermons so memorable. I don't fall asleep much anymore. And it's probably every other Sunday that I'm playing with my phone during the sermon. So you really grab me and hold me in. It's great. And occasionally we'll sit in the wrong seat in the balcony and someone will remind me that that's not our assigned seat. So we'll just get up and go to our assigned seat because little did we know that in those first few years that it's pretty cut and dry. But it is wonderful. You have done a fabulous job. You do engage people. Your sermons are very passionate. You include your daughters. You include Dr. John. Everything about it. You make it passionate. You do it in a way so we take something out of it. Sunday after Sunday, every week we walk away with that feeling of, wow, I'm glad I made the effort to get here. We will miss you. I hate Tom Brady, but that's okay. You can like him if you want, now that you're a Bostonian. But your services and your worship, it has been passionate, and I thank you very much. Next up is Debby Burdick.
She's trying to get out.
Yes,
Work there.
I'm asked to speak about extravagant generosity. Well, look at what this church family has done in the world. Tutors, sandwich makers, good news partners, Catawba widows, family promise, tower work trips, and many more. All of which you have made possible by your physical involvement and by your pledges. These are things to celebrate. But, you know, there is another level of extravagant generosity that is lavishly practiced in this congregation. Any member of our church family in distress is warmly surrounded. You send cards, You make phone calls. You offer rides. You pay visits. You bring books. You bring meals, flowers, and most important, you bring friendship, even to those you have not yet met. This is extravagant generosity, with your time, your effort, and your loving concern. It is your hallmark, generously walking with others so that they need not feel alone. Extravagant. Oh, yes, it is. And we can all be proud that it's typical of First Presbyterian Church Quebec. And it's marvelous. And we all want to thank Sarah for her extravagant generosity in inspiring us for 13 years.
I've been told since there are more people here than there are in the pews on average Sunday, the ushers will now come forward.